Hi, Sunnybrook ladies. This is Nancy Freed, and I am with Phyllis Vaughn to just give you a little short video reel message about the devotional today. Phyllis is in my life group. She's also a very dear friend, and as I've gone on this parenting journey of parenting adult children, Phyllis has really been an influence on my life. So I'm just going to turn it over to her for a couple minutes and let her share her thoughts on the devotional and the thoughts she has about parenting adult children. Phyllis, what do you want to say?
Well, I want to say thank you to you, Nancy, and for your assistance in this, and I'm blessed by the friendship we share. In response to the question, I've never really felt or never thought in terms of, as I speak to my family, my children, grandchildren, I am discipling, but it's more just the way life is lived. From my point of view, following God this is how it looks, how we relate to each other, how we communicate with each other. There is a transition in life that is a challenge. I'll give you that. When all of a sudden you've been mom at home and you become mom to young adults that you're friends with, as well as still always a parent, once a parent, always a parent. That just one of the blessings and sometimes challenges. But the goal is to encourage each other, strengthen each other, point toward God and His guidance that He gives us in His Word. We're led by His Spirit, and learning to be careful to recognize the change that has happened and continues to happen. I've been in this phase of life a long time, but learning, the sooner you learn that the transition has happened, taken place, and give them the respect due them as adults, and communicate with them on a basis of encouraging, strengthening, giving them hope, pointing toward a living hope. And I try not to, I hope it's the case, not offer unasked for advice. I want them to know I'm always here to listen to them, care about them, and love them. And if asked, I may give some comments or give a perspective that gives a different way of looking at something, but always reflecting on the truth of God's Word and His promises, and based on the faith that we know is true of Him. He never leaves us. And that's just how that's a viewpoint of how living life means as a follower to Jesus to me.
So what I hear from you is that kind of warms my heart is it's not so much I have to figure out ways to disciple my adult children. It's just what I've carried over in a different phase of life as they've gotten older. It's just what Keith and I do.
It is what we do, but yet at the same time, we recognize that as we encourage them, we are also saying the words that we believe, which is very good reminder for ourselves. And as children, adult children, there's times they encourage us.
Yeah, I agree.
And offer us, remind us of all the things that we know to be true because of God. That's what truth is based on who He is.
And wouldn't you agree that while it's different, it's completely different than when we had them under our wing, under our home, it's also a blessing.
Oh, absolutely.
Now relate to them as adults, and in some ways they become friends.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. All the phases of life have riches and blessings involved. We have, at this stage, we have married grandchildren. We have 3 grandchildren that are still in the growing up phase. We have 3 grandchildren that are married and have their own families. So there's just blessings upon blessings, but the way we relate to them is just the way we live life.
And how many great-grandchildren?
We have 7 great-grandchildren. Yeah. The youngest we haven't even seen. She was born in November.
Wow.
And we haven't seen her yet.
Well, thank you, Phyllis. You have been a huge influence on my life, and I hope, Sunnybrook women, that you have someone in your life like I have, Phyllis, that kind of shares the journey with you as you parent these kids. Thank you all very much.